So we're gonna go back down to the outdoor center, see if we can check that place out. I'm gonna get lunch here probably. I'm in no hurry to go anyplace. I'll make sure the weather clears up. It rained twice already this morning. Poured, not just rain, but poured. So I'm gonna head down here and grab something, I think. Oh, they're doing, this is a wilderness medicine courses and certification. Looks like they're doing some first aid right there, and over on the other side you got somebody with some gloves on. It's pretty cool. Alright, saving camera batteries. Apparently there's some kayaking clubs that are here for a run today, and they're not usually gate set up. So there's apparently falls that are set up down here, and then they're going to come down through the gates. Looks like there's 9, 10, 11 of them. And so they'll be doing those all day. In the knock, we have Appalachian Trail North, Sassafras Gap Shelter 6.9, Chioa Bald Shelter, or Bald 8.1, Stacoa Gap, North Carolina, Highway 143 13.6, Fontana Dam 27.6. So that's my next stop as far as my resupply. 27 miles. So I did find out that Nantahala means River of the Noonday Sun. I'm pretty sure I've got that correct, because the river that we just took some photos of and video of is the one that runs through the valley, and apparently only gets maybe an hour or two of sun every day. So Valley of the Noonday Sun, a River of the Noonday Sun, excuse me, Nantahala. On to Fontana Dam. See you guys in a few. Here are the cabins that are for hikers, some the individual private cabins, and the one way up there on the hill is the Dogwood. So I'm actually walking back up to where I was for the 3rd time in less than 12 hours. No big deal. It's just a walk in the woods. Okay, so that corner, top corner cabin is the one I stayed in last night. Overlooks, and I heard the rapids this morning and lots of rain. So I haven't even been hiking for, I don't know, half an hour yet, and I'm drenched. It's humid out, so this is probably, yes, one of the warmer days, but it's rained a lot in the last 12 hours, and it is very humid right now. So glad I drank a lot of water and iced tea at the breakfast I just had. I'm sweating a lot of it out right now. But after looking at where I was yesterday, and you could see Fontana Lake or Dam or whatever it was, and instead of following the roadway kind of with the river there to, I'm assuming, that lake or dam, we're hiking up over mountains again, up and up and up and up, of course. So I'll let you know when we get to the top. Hopefully there's some sort of view. Till then, sweat on. So I pointed out in a video yesterday that I thought I saw where Fontana Dam was, and maybe where I thought the knock was, and that was on the right side of this divide, this mountain in the middle. And then there was a some buildings on the left hand side of that mountain, and that's actually, turns out, where I was, where I had to go. So it seems like now we're climbing over that big mountain in the middle to get back to the other side where the dam is. So like most days, it's a lot of up first, which I'm okay with. But again, it's humid, no wind, about 70, maybe more. So you gotta stay hydrated and take one step at a time. I said it's pretty humid out, and I'm continuing to sweat. I just had to stop and address the as Jeremiah Springer would say in Jeremiah Hikes, the nether regions, we call them the Netherlands, had to apply some body glide, some chafing a little bit down there. And I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. It can make things miserable if you let it go too far or it gets too out of hand. So I have some other skin ointment, my barriers, protectors. I might have to apply later or sooner, we'll see. But took that first step, keep an eye on it and see how it goes. I know as the temperatures rise, it's something I'm gonna have to get used to, is sweating all the time or being wet from the rain all the time. Just can't help some of it. So there's your medical update for today.
So either way, we're gonna spend the summer outside.
That's awesome, man. Where are you from?
Missouri.
Missouri?
Yeah, we walked from here from Missouri.
No shit.
Arkansas, Tennessee, got to Georgia.
So how long you been out?
Since January 5th.
January, nice. And he's been on trail with you the entire time, huh?
Yeah.
That's amazing. It seems like he's enjoying it.
Yeah. His span is also.
Well, you know, that young, you got another year or some more.
We come off that mountain on the other side of NLC there, and he about broke my legs. It was pretty tough.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, it's great.
Cool, man. Nice to meet you guys. My name's Remy. Yeah.
All right, boy.
Yeah.
You gonna be at Sassafras?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just, walking into enjoying the day, and we'll see how, how it goes. It's pretty much how all my days roll together.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Like everybody's always in a rat race.
No, man. I hung out down at the NOC today because they were doing some kayaking and stuff. So just had breakfast, chilled out, I'm in no rush to do anything.
Yeah, that's what I am.
Enjoy the summer, man.
We got here. It ain't even green out yet.
No.
Everybody's in a rush.
I know. I'm looking forward to seeing more spring, some animals out,
Yeah.
the weather changing, the plants coming around. Just had my first 2 blisters. I don't know where they came out of nowhere today. So just popped them and put some I'll put some tape over top of them, and we'll take care of those and keep on moving. So let you know how those go. So that's medical update number 2. And there we go. All set. My Texas family will appreciate this one. Up ahead of me we have Big Tex and his wife Gray Mare, like the horse Mare, Gray Mare. From Houston. So they're just hiking through, maybe stop in New York to see some friends. It's nice to meet them. All right, there you go.
All right, I'm Patriarch. I just ran into Remy on the trail, heading up to Sassafras Gap. I'm from Minnesota, and we're enjoying our day on the trail before it rains tonight.
Yeah, ditto that.
Trail.
Brent on the trail.
That's it. Yeah, that's my first name.
All right, yeah, so we're, it's funny, we all kind of have our trail names and a little personality that goes along with it, so I have to laugh to myself sometimes and make jokes in my own head. So I've introduced myself to a bunch of people. They always ask where you're from. Obviously say the Finger Lakes. Big Tex back here, and it started talking about his excitement for the city and being able to see that once he gets up to the trail where it crosses kind of near there. Talked about the Finger Lakes, and I still don't think everybody who you mentioned that to understands where it is. So
I want the job. I really do. It's just the rest of my family's in the Finger Lakes right now. I'm supposed to be in the Finger Lakes right now. I told them I was on a hike, snuck away to do this interview. I gotta get back pretty soon, don't worry. People disappear in the Finger Lakes.
I already know there's at least 15 people that are staying at that shelter. So like I said, I'm not a shelter dweller. I don't really care for them. So I'm going to keep on going. Looked like a nice shelter though. I'm gonna find some place up here, hopefully a couple hundred yards, maybe, half a mile, maybe a mile, and then I'll set up camp up here. I was just telling the couple behind me that I always like to get a ways up the hill, next gap, so the climb's not so daunting the next morning. I'm usually ahead of people too, that way, for getting up at the same time. So that's 3,000 feet. We were at 2,000 feet. We climbed to 5. So we're at 3,000 feet right now, or 5,000 feet right now. And this is the view. So that's quite a trek uphill all the way, and the rest for today is downhill, which isn't my favorite. So we'll be looking for a campsite here. That's about 6:20. We're 1 mile south of Simp Gap. We got about another hour and a half, maybe of sunlight. I got the last pick of the campsites, and it's all on a hill. Otherwise, that's the trail right up there where that log goes. So I could camp right next to the trail right there. There's kind of a spot right here. As you can see, I did dig a trench around here because it was a low spot right here, and we're supposed to get some rain apparently from like 11 p.m. until like 10 a.m. tomorrow. Only like 60% chance, and like very limited, under like half an inch, maybe even under a quarter of an inch maybe. But I'd like to stay dry as much as possible, and I'm about to grab some dinner here, so I'll let you guys go and catch up with you later when my water overflows. I got a couple more stickers that I'm gonna put on my bear can here. Actually, I can probably do that now and wait for my dinner to heat up, which is in there. Salt and pepper it. Put everything away. Watch the sunset. Charge my GoPro because it's got 2 bars. My phone's charging right now because it was on like 13%. Something's go up. I gotta get those charged up. Stop using them, I guess. So we're just finishing, or I'm just finishing watching the sunset. Temperature's gonna probably drop a little bit. That's not supposed to get too cold, on the 40s. Fontana village is like 17, maybe 18, 19 miles, somewhere in there. And that's my goal tomorrow, so I might just get up in the rain and pack out and get there and dry out. So let you guys know. Talk to you later. I'm trying to do my biggest day yet at, I believe, 17, 18 miles to Fontana Dam, or Fontana Village. So we're gonna get going. See you guys soon. It's a beautiful morning to hike. The sun's come up, the sky's cleared. There's a nice little breeze, and the walking isn't so bad this morning. I know we have to do quite a bit of elevation changes before we get down to Fontana Villages, North Carolina. I believe 17 miles. And there's been a number of people that have dropped out.
If you're gonna start hanging with people, probably around hot springs, because then you've got the people that are gonna fall out. If they fall out, it's because they get hurt or
something else happens off trail that they have to attend to.
So I have a tendency to wear bucket hats.
Nice.
And I like to fold up the back because if it starts raining, it channels the water front instead of down my neck. So one day, I've actually done this section probably about 8 years ago.
Oh, okay. So you're a little bit familiar with it.
I don't remember that. But anyhow, I'm standing on the side of a hill looking down. There was 2 ladies that I was kind of hiking with, and they decided that I looked like the guy from Sound of Music.
I've never seen the movie,
this
so
is like a Bavarian style hat.
Gotcha.
And I'm looking off of a mountain, and it looks like, Captain Von Trapp from
Gotcha.
The Sound of Music.
That's stuck, huh? So I just met Captain Von Trapp, or Cap, and he was asking me, he was looking at his phone, he asked me if I knew what the name of the mountain was. And I said, Mount Mother, because all I was going to do is mother all the way up it. So he said, I'm going to put that in my phone, met Remy at the top of Mount Mother. Pretty cool guy, looks like he was in Marine Corps. Said he's been hiking with Patriarch, so we're all kind of bouncing back and forth and crossing paths. Said if I didn't have a place at the lodge or couldn't find a place by the time I get down to Fontana, then look him up and he might be able to help me out. So we'll see. Nice to meet him. Seems like a pretty cool guy, down to earth, and looking forward to bouncing back and forth with him in the future. Okay, that's Fontana Lake, and there's another one to the right. I don't think you can see it, but said like 10 miles maybe. I don't even know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it today. What I'm looking for right now is water. There's been none since I started. I'm running a little bit low on my leader. So this is gonna be a butte going down, I bet. Bet you straight down. We're just on top of the ridge. Probably going straight down here in a little bit. Guys hiking up to the shelter. I said he used to maintain the trail. Asked me if I wanted breakfast, and I said, yeah, 2 sausage McMuffins with egg. Now I just gotta find water. Fontana Dam, Fontana Lake, about 4 miles out, and it's just about 5 o'clock, 4:27. So you should be plenty of time to get some dinner and some accommodations and relax. Looking forward to it. Another long day, my longest so far, 17 miles plus. Well, we made it down to the Marina. Called for a shuttle, gonna get a ride up to the lodge, get some dinner, and then we'll see what happens. My buddy up the top of the mountain, Captain, I'm gonna try to meet up with him before we go to the Smokies, so I might take a 2-day break and wait up for him. He's gonna come into town tomorrow around 11. But I'll let you know when I get to the lodge and what that looks like, and maybe what dinner entails too. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Well, just hit the restaurant. Got my pizza and wings, and 2 beers to go. Dropped off here yesterday. The maintenance guy came and picked me up because it was after the shuttle service was running. This is the WildWood grill. Had a margarita pizza and oh man, if we could only go back in time, I'd love to go inside. Be awesome. The Gunter cabin, built in 1875. Let's see if we can take a peek inside. And there's electricity running to it. Oh, let me see why it's off limits. It's too bad. I really need to take care of this, preserve whatever history is left in it. So a couple 100 yards down from the main lodge. General store, gift shop, Laundromat. And do some laundry. I've been doing them in the hotel sinks or tubs or whatever for the last couple trips into town, so I'll officially wash my stuff before going to the Smokies, and maybe it won't smell so bad.